Alright, YouTube, this is Jacob, and as promised, I am back with this is just going to be a quick video on the progress of the Carter helmet. Now, in my last video, I had the helmet completely pepped and fiberglass on the inside, so I went ahead and I started with the bondo method, as you would, to start to smooth out some of the more rigid angles on the actual PEP model itself, and try to get some of the round edges that I want to create the nice smooth surface of the helmet. So when I go and I do my cast and my pull, there's as little cleanup work as I have to do, because it's really, when you're working with a well, I mean, most of the people that are making helmets, or armor, you're working with some sort of a budget. You either got bills or you're using your allowance or whatever money you're using. You don't want to waste your supplies. So with that in mind, I've started to bondo the helmet. Now it's kind of hard to see in this lighting, but I went ahead and I applied bondo to the surface right here, and this side is rough still. It is yet to be sanded, and this side it's received its second coat of bondo today, and as you can see, it's starting to round out and get a nice smooth finish. There's still a couple sunken spots that need to get patched and filled in along the side, and I also went ahead and started doing the cheek plate of the helmet there. It's got its first coat of bondo on there, and you can see the paper model coming through along with some of the fiberglass from the inside of the helmet. That's good. I get a lot of the frequently asked questions I get is how many layers of bondo should I be putting on the helmet? Generally, the rule of thumb with me is I apply 3 layers. Your first layer is a base coat. That's just to cover up any imperfections, kind of really just it's a very thin coat. When I apply my bondo, I use regular Bondo brand body filler. I mix just a tiny amount, and I use old credit cards, gift cards to apply it, because they're really pliable and they bend, and you can get a little pressure on them and get a nice smooth application over the helmet. Really put a little blob of the bondo on there, and then set your card right there and just kind of really smooth and nice go over the edges of the helmet just as hard as you can. Just a nice thin coat. And with the thin coat for your first coat too, is it's going to save you a lot of trouble with the sanding. Bondo tends to set up pretty quickly depending on how much of the hardener you add to it. So I like to put in less hardener and give it a good hour and a half to set up. If you're impatient and you really want to get cracking on it, you can go ahead and you can add some more of the cream hardener to it, and it'll set up in 20 minutes if you have it out in the sun or somewhere where it's getting good airflow to it. But with that, the more hardener, always remember, the more liquid hardener you add to any of your resins, your fiberglass resin or your bondo, it's going to set up faster, but it's also going to be more brittle in the outcome. So I know a lot of people that make their helmets like to finish them with the bondo and the fiberglass and then finish them out and have them as a wearable helmet. If you're going to use this method and not cast it after you're done and make a plastic replica of the helmet you're working on, I would suggest giving yourself the maximum amount of time to allow your fiberglass resins and your bondo to set. Oops, sorry about that. And that way you don't have to worry about it splitting or cracking on you when you're wearing it around or whatnot. Again, with the Carter helmet, the helmet itself has a lot of, I want to say, recessed edges in the primarily in the mouth region, in the face of the helmet, that are kind of sunken in. And with something like that, you really just try your best to get inside of the tiny grooves. With the side plates on mine, it's kind of hard to see because my camera sucks, but this spot right here, primarily, it's very small details in the PEP file, and it really isn't worth the trouble trying to bondo around that. You're going to have to apply it in such small amounts and meticulously sand it till it looks right. So what I'm going to do when I finish with the next couple coats of bondo on the rest of the helmet that I'm working on is I'm going to cut that right off of there with my X-Acto knife because it's been glassed on the inside. The helmet's not going to fall apart. And I'm going to go over that smooth with the Bondo, sand it down smooth, and then, like I said in my previous video, I'm going to cut out the detailing that needs to go on there with foamies and put that in place of the Pepakura design that's on there. It's a lot easier, more reasonable way of doing it, and that's about it. So I'm going to keep working on this, guys, and hopefully within the week, I'll make another post of my progress, but hopefully within this week I will have the Bondo wrapped up, and I can start adding surface detail and you know, anything else I come along the way that I need to bring up to you guys, I will let you know. But thanks for watching my videos. Keep making your own armor. Like I say in most of my videos, if you have any questions, you know, if you need any advice in making your own armor, feel free to leave comments or to message me, and I'll reply with the best of my knowledge to help you guys out. So thanks again, and stay tuned for my next videos.